everyone, welcome to Life is an African Sport Podcast. My name is Ballon, and with me here today I have Damilare and I have Dara. Welcome
Pleasure.
to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, you guys. It's nice to see you guys again.
See you to my host.
Yeah, so guys, today I have that. I just feel like let's talk about the Ballon d'Or. August 7, the list is going to be released. But now I just want us to just talk about our own top 5. Then we can cut it down to 3. With me today on my list I have Mbappe, the likes of Mbappe, Dembele, Rafinha, Yamal, and who else do I have? I think I have Salah, Mohamed Salah. So guys, let's kick off on there.
I understand your top 5 is sketchy to me. Why is Harry Kane not there?
You know, I should have included Harry Kane, but I just felt Harry Kane would just probably would definitely draft in Harry Kane.
No, I'm wondering.
But on what basis are you going to say Harry Kane should be in the Ballon d'Or?
I believe Ballon d'Or first of all is an award for individual performances first.
Yeah.
Then I believe your team
Success.
Success is part of what decides who wins the Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
I think we can agree on that. I believe if a player like Salah can make the top 5, that's the least you mentioned.
Yes.
Salah has not outdone Harry Kane this season. He has not outperformed Harry Kane this season, numbers wise and achievements wise. So I don't know. Yes, Salah. Harry Kane has more numbers than Salah. In total this season. I stand corrected. I mean, someone can check.
The thing is, you can't compare a striker
with a winger and a striker that even plays in a league that there are 18 teams.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand.
But I'm sorry, a striker that plays in a team that there are 18 teams and outscores someone who plays in a team where there are 20 teams. We should not give him more credit for that.
So what are you going to say with Kylian Mbappe, the one who was the European goal issue?
That's why he's in that list and I cannot question him.
Okay, you are questioning.
I'm questioning
Salah.
Salah.
And Kane will be top 10.
Salah, no, I'm asking for the grounds why. I mean, we're going to talk about.
Do you know why Salah is there? Now, I'm going to give you some of my reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man has been consistent for the past how many seasons?
Okay.
See,
wait, I'm sorry.
there was a time.
I have to interrupt. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
You see, the Ballon d'Or award is not based on performances on your previous seasons. It is in a particular calendar year. I don't see. You can be the greatest in the world 2 seasons ago. This season's Ballon d'Or, it does not matter.
But
what matters in this season's Ballon d'Or is your performance between the stipulated time for this Ballon d'Or year till the end.
Yeah,
in that calendar year, Salah has not outscored or outperformed Harry Kane. That is my argument for that.
Now, you know what? Okay, Dara, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something against your Salah argument.
Okay.
Oh man, you played FPL.
Yes, I
You
did.
saw the number Salah dropped consistently on a regular basis, giving us 20-something points, giving us 18 points. You're captaining him. Now, how could you not tell me that Harry Kane? I believe Harry Kane should actually be in the top 10.
Yeah,
He can be number 6 too.
Definitely.
But that top 5, European goal issue is there. And Salah, he also has the assist to back him up.
Assist where?
I think Salah. I think
But you realize that
29 goals.
Okay, you know,
assist.
yeah, no competitions. I like that. But you see now, what competition do we regard as the competition of the airlines?
You know.
Well, I'm sorry, no. Let's answer my question.
Champions
League. Okay.
Now, both Harry Kane and Mohamed Salah played in the Champions League this year. Yes or no?
Yeah, they did.
Yes. Can we look at the performances of both of them in the same Champions League this year? Can we look at that?
Okay. I think Salah had 3 goals, 4 assists in Champions League.
How can you? What is that?
No, bro. See,
how can you have 3 goals in Champions League?
No, hold on.
Who does that?
Guy, hold on. See.
Salah does that.
That alone, it puts you in a very disadvantaged position because that is the competition of the airlines. You see, I'm going. I like where this conversation is going to. You see, the Ballon d'Or, more often than not, the winner of the Champions League or your performance in the Champions League plays a very premium and vital role in who wins the Ballon d'Or. Now I'm going somewhere. There are about only 7 other times or 7 other players who have won the Ballon d'Or without
the Champions League.
And now there is a context to that. Let me explain. You see, there is always either a European competition, that's the Euros, or the World Cup. I'm talking as far back as players like Cannavaro. And I think there was a time for Ronaldo. I think he scored the most.
That's why Ribery was angry that year.
And there was a time it happened with Messi. Messi, I think, he scored the most at a point too. Yes. Then the second time it happened with Messi. Messi won the World Cup. Now it happened with Rodri. I think it was the season before this. Rodri won the Euros.
Oh, Rodri was spectacular.
I love
Even in
see,
the league,
I
even
love
in
that.
the
See,
league.
that season we had people who scored a lot of goals, but we understand that
As a
we have-
DM.
See, you have to understand. That's why I say you have to understand the context behind these things. Now, in the year when we are deciding to look at the fact that the premium competition that year is Champions League, you have to factor in the performance of this kind of players. I'm coming. Let me.
No, I'm to ask
Okay.
like when is the Ballon d'Or list supposed to come out?
August 7.
August 7.
Yeah.
The Club World Cup can still play a huge part in it. Don't neglect that. The Club World Cup is actually going to be important this season. People don't know how important it might be.
You realize that when you say things like this, you realize that people like Salah are at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
People like Yamal are at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
People like Rafinha. Do you know what
Yeah,
it actually
actually,
means is, in fact,
it does.
the Ballon d'Or top 6 will eventually have to be changed because players like Mendes will have to be factored into this conversation.
Mendes has to even be in top 10. No.
You know what? I'm
There
still
is
coming
no-
there.
I like that.
I'm still coming
Oh,
there.
we're not going to
We
top
still have
10,
Hakimi.
yeah.
We still have
Okay, yeah.
No,
You understand?
I probably didn't touch that because initially we didn't talk about the Club World Cup.
Okay.
But I'm saying the minute you decide to factor that as a key
No, are you saying?
to look at-
Now, what are you trying to say? Salah does not deserve to be.
In top 5.
In the
Top five.
in the top 5,
Yeah.
genuinely no.
Wow.
So when you can ask
Why
who
you
would
kidding
you
me,
even?
man?
No.
I genuinely think Harry Kane.
I think I
No,
want to
okay,
see your
no,
top
okay.
5.
Well, now, like, give me your top 5.
Okay, my top 5 will definitely have Dembele. That's genuinely my winner.
Okay.
It will have Rafinha.
A second.
Yes.
Okay.
It should have Yamal as my third. I will have I've called Rafinha already. I've called him. I'll have Kylian Mbappe there. Because I mean he has been top scorer. Then now my fifth spot is even in contention for me because the same way it is for you that Harry Kane should have a shout. The same way I'm still having the battle with myself that Harry Kane and Salah. I need to find something.
So you have
Yamal.
So you're having Yamal
That did
before
not score.
Salah.
Yeah.
yes.
As
Wow,
much.
man.
So,
Guys,
because for the start,
I would like to
Yes.
hear from you guys. Your
I
point
think I'm
of
going
view.
to have Yamal.
You're having Yamal before Salah.
Yes.
I think
I have
this
Yamal.
season Yamal scored 9 goals and how many goals throughout? 9 goals. And let me.
and like maybe 10 assists
I think
thereabouts.
Champions League he scored 13 goals with what I have here.
13 goals.
13
No,
matches. He played 13 matches, scored 5, assisted 3. La Liga he played 35 matches, scored 9, and assisted 13.
I like this point.
That's a good
because
start for a
I'm going somewhere.
17-year-old.
No, this is the problem.
Yeah, sentiment
No,
has to be
yeah,
there.
no. I'm sorry. I have to.
You know what?
Okay.
See,
Let-
it's not-
let-
it's
let-
not- it's
let-
not- I'm not saying Yamal deserves to be in the top 5 for me because one thing I feel is for me, except for let's forget about stats, what we are saying, we all know that this guy is superb.
That's what I was going
You
to say
understand?
when I was going to talk. I was going to say, see,
Okay.
you quickly called Yamal stats for me. You realize, and it's something I try to have it in discussions with people. I realize that I say when we want to have to analyze and discuss football, we have to realize that there has become a
Context.
No, apart from context, there has become a
Sentiment.
sentiment for
Bias.
stats.
The bias, yeah.
See, when we watch football, you watch. When I watch Yamal,
Yamal passes
genuinely,
the
I don't
eye
think
test.
there's a better right winger than Yamal in the world. But you see, when you want to argue, and then people now start telling you, oh, how many goals,
No,
how many assists,
Musala
you
is
understand?
better.
No,
Yeah,
not
no,
by
then-
goal,
then-
not by goal.
yes.
No,
Then,
Musala is
I
better.
still think Musala is the best striker in the world.
Yeah.
Let me mix that up. But I don't think when you watch them based on
You
how
still
they
think
play,
Musala is
Musala is the best striker in the world.
In
Best
the world.
right
Right
winger
winger in the world.
Yes.
Best
Yeah,
right
he is.
winger in the world.
Yeah.
And you're not, wait, hold on. You're saying the best right winger in the world
Yes.
does not deserve to be
Because
in
your
the Ballon
performance
d'Or.
on the biggest stage in the world was not.
What? Wait, hold on.
But,
Now,
but
no.
Elijah, here comes your own bias
Uh-huh.
for maybe Harry Kane or whatever it
Yes.
is. And I don't know, you shouldn't even be supporting Harry Kane based on you know why. But I think Harry Kane has a shout.
Yeah.
Yes, I
but
believe.
for the top 5. But Bayern didn't even do well at all in the Champions League. They didn't even do well at all. They didn't get
Bayern and Liverpool. So who got knocked out first?
Liverpool.
No, was it Liverpool?
It was Liverpool.
Bayern
I think
played,
Inter Milan
The
knocked
first
out.
knockout. I think who knocked them
Yeah.
out? Not PSG or somebody.
Yeah,
That's the
PSG.
first knockout.
No, it was the same round now. I
The
think
same
it was
round.
The same, yeah, it was
Who
the
knocked
same
out
round.
Bayern?
It was, I think, Inter.
It was Inter, yeah.
Yeah, it was Inter that knocked out.
Inter Milan. That Martinez.
Yeah. It was Inter.
It was
I think it was
Inter
that
Milan.
round of 16 too.
No, I don't think it was round of 16. I'm sorry.
No, it was not.
No,
I think it was
the quarterfinal. It was the quarterfinal.
Yeah, I think it was quarter.
Was it
final.
quarter
Yes,
or
it was
semis?
quarter. It was quarter. Then I was going to face Madrid.
quarter. Yeah, quarter.
Yeah,
You
it was
understand?
quarter.
So now, guys, what I'm saying is, see, this Salah, because why I am putting Salah, and I think why you understand. I understand you said it's about the season of 2024,
Yes,
2025. You understand? But I just don't want to go inside there because we know there's the time I felt this guy deserved it. For me,
When was that?
when they gave him that what's it called? Don't mind my words, please. That goal that he scored against Everton. They gave him that one goal of the season. When we all knew that he at least 1 to 3 he was there.
Yes, that was that season. Yes, that was
You remember?
I think Salah's chance started dwindling when he lost the Champions League. That was when his chances, and then again in the Premier League. He starts like started dwindling too. He did not score as much too from about.
As a matter of fact, towards the end of the season, I think the last 5-6 games, Salah's numbers were not up to it at all.
Yeah.
Now, this reminds me of something that happened last season. Ballon d'Or. I raised an argument for Martinez.
Oh yeah,
Martinez.
Martinez had a huge shout.
Martinez had the
by head of Rodri.
But somebody said something, and the people who had discussion with everybody pressed on it. They said towards the end of the season at Inter, I think about the last 10 games, he had about only 3 goals, 4 assists there about. And they were like, he switched off. And this season, I made the point of fact to remind him that this season, towards the end, Salah has switched off, and towards the end includes the Champions League. When Champions League.
No way, Martinez.
My argument, no, this is not about Martinez. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My point is,
this season.
What I'm saying about Salah is this season. Do you understand? It is this season that I'm referring to when I say those performances. I'm not talking about a stretch.
You're saying this season.
Yes.
No, this season consists of the what's it called? 2024, 2025.
Yes.
Now, I was saying something earlier,
Yeah.
which is now, if you are saying this season, Dembele came into the picture just 2025.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It wasn't
really good that first half of the season.
No,
yeah,
you're saying
it wasn't even good. You could remember that
he came into the picture 2025
Champions League.
Because
in the group stage.
At one point there was nothing like Dembele worked.
Yeah, Dembele.
There was nothing like that.
The picture when they won the league, and then
so that when you
Champions League they were progressing.
But you know that this Dembele entering the picture.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He could not have. He has 21 goals and some. I think 9 assists or thereabouts in 28 games. No, he has 21 goals, 8 assists in 29 games.
Yeah. 21 goals. Yeah, he's the highest goal scorer.
21 goals, 8 assists. 8. No, 8. I checked.
Is it 8
It's
or
League One.
6?
It's League One. I know it's 29 goals and assists in 29 games.
Okay.
I checked. I still checked it.
And in the Champions League, he has
8 goals and 6 assists. Yeah. In about 12 games or so.
Yes. So you know that it means he did not play the bulk of the games. I'm going back to his league specifically. He didn't play the bulk of his games in his league. Because even if you check his minutes played per game, it's about 53 or 58 because he was injured. The first part of the season was injured. But you realize that when you want to look at these things, especially how you judge the best players, you judge the best players by their performances in the best and the biggest moments. And if you look at the best and the biggest moments for PSG, and the best and biggest moments is not one moment. I mean, over a stretch. Look at the periods when PSG started playing the knockouts. Mbappe was extremely pivotal in how he performed and how
Dembele, sorry.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, Dembele.
He was very pivotal to how PSG performed and moved on and progressed from every stage from the knockout stages of the Champions League. And that's how in about, I think it was January or February there.
That was I said 2025.
So, yes.
To buttress your point, Dembele, why I always say Dembele deserves this Ballon d'Or is because looking at Dembele since he was 19, when he was in Borussia Dortmund, double digit goals and assists. He had the best dribble that year ahead of Messi or thereabout or the same thereabout. So Dembele moving to Barca, he didn't really shine in his first 2 seasons or so in Barca, and then the last season before he left, the previous season before he left, he played well. But Dembele, looking at it, he played as a 9, as a striker for PSG. That was after Mbappe left. So Mbappe, you have to consider Mbappe dropped 40 plus goals in PSG. They never won the Champions League.
Yes. With
his 40 goals. But now, Dembele is not even a goal scorer. We know Ousmane Dembele is not a goal scorer.
Yeah.
He's more of a provider.
A provider that
says from the wing,
yes.
he does his magic. But Dembele played as 9. He pressed. He scored. Highest goal scorer in League One. That's why I say Dembele has to be the Ballon d'Or winner.
Okay, I'm very sorry.
Because when it comes to like
I like this point to me. So you realize that part of the key things that make Mbappe worthy of the why am I calling Mbappe? I love that.
Dembele.
One reason that make Dembele worthy of this Ballon d'Or is the fact that one of it is he has been able to carry his team across the line in the Champions League.
No, not just the Champions League.
But the league.
No, okay. Mbappe has been doing it.
No,
in
guys.
the league.
Hold on, guys, please. You guys are saying as if it was Dembele alone. we all knew
Mendes was there.
Mendes was there.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's this guy?
And what's the name?
Even Hakimi.
Hakimi, Bakula.
Because if you guys are saying that we didn't
look in the same lens for Kvaratskhelia and Dembele. Kvaratskhelia came in January.
Oh yeah, but he made an impact, man.
He made a huge impact.
Huge one. But the impact he has made cannot
one.
be compared to the impact of Dembele in that team. We have seen them.
Now, what about Mendes and Hakimi? Because you know what?
What of Vitinha that is behind them securing everything? Or even Marquinhos and Pacho.
Because
Pacho played very solid. Pacho was solid. Yeah, was even Donnarumma.
Oh,
the players are
because that's keeper of the year.
Yes. Because guys, at the end of the day, me,
I realize that it is Champions League performance that makes us say
that's why I don't
keeper of the
year. That's the biggest competition. It's just like what made Messi win the Ballon d'Or. The World Cup is also the biggest.
This point I'm making for Dembele, genuinely, that I see
performance
on the biggest stage.
Now, see, because if you're saying Dembele, what about Rafinha? Man has been kicking.
That's why I said he's supposed to be second on the Ballon d'Or.
You know what? For me, I'm not going to support Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or. I'm serious.
Okay, so who
do you know? You know, because me, I don't.
You know, interesting.
Now, yeah. Do you know why I'm saying that? I'm not a fan of you playing football for just some few months, and you come in here and tell me he's the best player in the world.
But that's the story in the league.
I don't care, bro.
Even in the Champions League, it's about 4 shots.
See, sorry, the French league is like. What league in the world?
No. It's still better than the Bundesliga.
You were saying something about Bayern Munich.
It's better than Bundesliga because French league they have. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. They have 20 teams.
I'm not talking about the teams.
As opposed to Bayern.
How competitive?
In Europe's coefficients is a thing like that. I think I don't know.
No, they are the top 5 leagues.
In the world,
Germany is there. French league is there.
Spain, Italy. I don't know, maybe Germany and France. Now the 5th league. Now you understand? In the coefficient, he's playing.
A lot of people realize that this coefficient thing is part of the reasons why people have not given Neymar and Mbappe the credit they deserved when they were there, because they were dropping as far back as Ibrahimovic. I even remember a time when Ibrahimovic scored a ridiculous amount of goals.
No, but whatever goes Ibrahimovic scored,
my point.
Messi and Ronaldo also matched.
In the 5th seed. I think we've said this thing before. Olympic Marseille is a bigger team than PSG.
Yeah.
See, that league they are playing, bro. They are playing in the 5th league in the world. I'm not saying his goals does not matter or anything.
It does.
But now you can tell me Rafinha balling week in, week out does not deserve the Ballon just because someone played between January to December.
Again, I like to say we put these things in context because we understand how the Ballon d'Or award.
There's nothing like we understand because.
Because
I'll give you different. I'll give you.
Okay.
Now, if you are saying we understand, Dara, now, if you're saying we understand, we've seen seasons that a player wins the Champions League and doesn't win the Ballon d'Or.
But I put it in context.
So
there's always a bigger competition that year.
Well, what's bigger than
that?
that?
2010
World Cup. Hold on.
The World Cup is
2010. Who won the Ballon d'Or?
Who won the Ballon d'Or?
Who won? I think it was Messi.
I think it was Messi. Them Robben.
Who won Champions League? I beg. Inter Milan.
But
that year.
But you said support the
year.
These people are doing what they do like.
Has done. Messi scored 96 goals in the calendar year.
Oh, that was crazy. 91 actually.
91, yeah. Bro, you see, you have to realize that for someone like Messi, it's 96. I remember. For someone to score that amount of goals, that is an extraordinary feat beyond extraordinary. And I'm telling you that nobody has done it before then. Nobody has done it after then. Up until now that we speak. So you have to. It is testament to how extraordinary that feat is.
But another thing I want to say now is that the way the Champions League is run now, is not the previous format.
Yeah.
And I actually like it because they call it the Champions League. It should be a league. Then you advance to whatever it is you want. Not group stage. It's not the cup.
Yes.
It's not the Champions Cup. It's the Champions League. So I respect the fact that they do that.
And because it's called the Champions League, it is the League of Champions. It is the league of the very best in the world.
Best in the world. Yes, now.
It's not everybody's league.
Now.
It's not the Europa League. It is the Champions League.
Now I want to bring a conversation that might not even. But now, Bruno Fernandes had a spectacular. There is no reason why Bruno Fernandes should not even be in the top 10 in the world.
But you know why he will not be there?
Because
he did not play in the elite league.
Yeah,
that is your reason.
His team.
See, and his team is not doing well.
Yes, I agree with this, but let me be honest. I'm sorry, I'm very honest with you.
Okay.
If Bruno played in the Champions League with the numbers he has in total this season, even if his team got knocked out in the knockout.
Yeah, I think
like Salah.
I think
Still be
it's
mentioned.
Like
yeah,
I'm telling you, Bruno will be in the Ballon d'Or top 10.
They actually, the Champions League
It is by
plays
virtue
a
of
role.
the kind of see,
Competition
Champions
you
League is
play.
the best league in the
You know
world.
what I'm saying, guys? I think somehow we're on the same page.
Okay.
Yeah.
You understand? See, a player just played from January to this. Well, I think June, right?
Yeah.
And we're all saying
June.
he deserves to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Guys, see, because I'm someone that we've seen it all. You know, don't mind reading the word, but we've seen it all. See,
Fair enough.
I can give you an example of players that they've done something like this and they've never won. Okay, if you are saying Dembele just because of January to June, what are you going to say about when Haaland was balling? What are you going to say about those seasons?
Again,
See,
I have to
Win the
preach
Champions League.
context.
see, my guys.
I don't want the Champions League now.
But he didn't win the Euros now. It wasn't in the Euros now. And
Bro,
then the
that's
Euros
what I'm saying.
No, it was the
Yes.
one that paid
And the person that won it was the person that also
because
won Champions
Vinicius should have even won because Vinicius won Champions League that year.
I don't think.
Yeah, was
Yes,
Real Madrid
I
that
didn't
won
think
the
Vinicius
Champions
won
League.
the Ballon d'Or. I told everyone that the player Vinicius won the Ballon d'Or was Bellingham. Bellingham performed in the Euros, he just didn't win it.
Yeah,
and that's how
agree.
you know that winning the biggest competition, it plays a big factor.
But then there was also Copa America that year.
I don't think Rodri was one that won.
But there was Copa America.
Lautaro won the Copa America.
Yeah.
Vinicius was rated higher that season. How people know?
Yes.
Wait, let me learn.
Okay.
That's Real Madrid stuff.
Yes, if Rodri did not win the Euros, Rodri will not win that Ballon d'Or. I hope you know.
Yeah, I know
Yes.
that. Yeah, no.
Now, my point is, you have to win your how much you contribute to winning the biggest competitions. See, and whether we like it or not, whether it's in a short span or not, the key part of the Champions League started in the new year. It started in February. That's when the knockout stage started. See, we have seen the biggest teams like Madrid and another bigger team like Bayern struggle to be in the qualifying stages to play the knockouts. Bro, from the knockout stages that Dembele started featuring consistently, he was practically one of the best performers every other time he played. Bro, you have to give him his credit for that. I have to be honest with you.
I don't know, but for me,
Rafinha has a shout.
Yeah.
For me,
But Dembele, Dembele.
Genuinely, if Rafinha won the Champions League, I'm telling you that Rafinha is my winner for the Ballon d'Or. That's
Yeah,
not.
all you're saying is just because.
I said that at the beginning.
of-
I said Champions League plays an extremely important part in who wins the Champions
my
League.
own argument
Eh,
is
the,
just,
the only difference is when there is a bigger competition like the World Cup or there is a Euros tournament
and Copa
or
America.
Copa America. Apart from that,
Guys.
every time it is who wins the Ballon d'Or that the winner of the Ballon d'Or comes from his team 8 out of 10 times.
Guy,
That's
you know-
not me.
you know
That's
what-
just fact.
you know what you
Yeah, Rodri was player of the tournament in the Euros.
Yes, now.
Yeah.
And you know that many people disagreed. Many people said Yamal was the player. And bro, I watched that Euros and Yamal was the player of the
It's
tournament.
probably because of most people like tend to look
I know
at
why you
maybe
say
the-
that.
Yes, eventually
I know why you
I agree
say
with
that.
this because I agree with this because I went back to I watched Euros over again. And you realize that Rodri was very important. But now I'll say something.
Carried
now,
the team on.
when the time Rodri injured, though,
Yeah.
Rodri injured.
Yeah,
But
injured.
really,
Where
Spain did not stop
Zubimendi
playing.
started playing.
Yes.
Spain still functioned the way they will function when Rodri was there.
But I think Spain is actually a good team in the sense that they will actually function regardless of where.
Yes, sir. See this nation,
Yeah,
although
yeah.
nation is like me, I don't really rate it. I mean, it's just I genuinely don't rate
Yeah,
it.
it just started. But I think from some
I think
20
over
years to
time I'll
come,
rate
yeah,
it, but at the moment I don't rate it so much.
yeah, because
But
it
you
just
see,
started.
You see how that Spanish team played without Rodri. It's one of the best teams I've watched, bro. That team is beautiful, bro. I mean, kudos to Portugal. Mendes, what a player.
Bro, I don't know. I think I would like to hear the view of the fans.
Okay,
outside.
okay. And I also think I'm going to bring a controversial take.
Because
Yeah.
I'm still not.
I think Nuno Mendes deserves to be in top 5.
I'm still coming there.
Because you have to bring a defender.
Because if you're telling me, if you're saying what's it called?
You are calling Dembele.
Then I feel no Mendes is
I
there.
have to ask both of you a question, and I'd like you to answer these questions individually.
Okay.
So when both of you agree that a player like Nuno Mendes can be in the top 5,
Yes.
who do you take out of the top 5?
Who would I?
Yes.
Who do I take?
I think I'll take Salah out of the top 5.
Why?
And that's just the reason because there are so many attackers already in.
I think I'll take
So
him.
that means we are saying of all the attackers in the top 5, Saka has the weakest shot
No.
for the Ballon d'Or.
Salah.
That's the meaning. Salah, yeah.
No, Salah is not
He
good.
said Salah. He said Salah. I will say Yamal.
Yeah. Now why would you say
Okay,
that?
yeah, because
you could
I
also
know-
say Yamal out.
Why I would say Yamal out is because I feel going forward is still has a long way to go.
Yeah, I
And-
think I'll take.
And looking
Salah
at
out.
what
I
is
think
going
Salah.
on, the only reason why my man is there is just because
The hype.
we can know it's not the hype. We all see that this is something
new,
extraordinary.
Yeah, the new
understand?
student talent.
Yeah. So if I feel like who can I just remove for now? I think it's him because I feel like that what I'm saying is still coming.
I'm sorry, I asked a question that
I'm with you.
I want to understand.
Yeah,
Ask
yeah,
question.
yeah.
You see, when we want to judge an award in this calendar year, I believe the only reason why you put Yama in the conversation before was because he deserves to be there. Are we in agreement?
I'm with you.
Yes. So you are not telling you didn't put him there because he was the best 17-year-old. You put him there because he's one of the best players in the world.
I think it was the best 17
He's
year old.
best 17-year-old.
So that's what
I was even saying, no, I'm sorry, I was saying
my
something.
question.
Yamal at 17 is a better player
Than Messi at 17.
at Messi at 17.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, now.
So that's why.
But I
But you have to call it the context.
I don't think it was
You have to look at the
Mbappe.
context.
I don't think Mbappe at 17.
Bro, guys, you don't think it was a bit?
I don't think Yamal should be that
Yeah, I don't
Mbappe
think
at
so.
17.
You know, why you're
I
going
don't
to
think
say
so.
why you're going to say that Mbappe at 17 was also playing week in week out.
Even at 16, from 16, he
Yamal
was playing for
playing
Monaco weekend.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to
Yamal
argue.
playing
That was why. But Messi at 17,
Messi,
yes, now
17.
he was playing week in week out, also in his comfort zone. I used to say that's.
Yeah,
I feel.
France.
It's Yamal is
That's what I'm saying. We are going. We're in the same.
But the problem with saying comfort zones is it almost takes credit away from Messi because Messi played in his comfort zone all his life.
No, bro. You said it takes playing your
Yeah.
comfort zone is very easy, man.
That's my point. Messi played in his comfort
That's what
zone
I'm
all
going.
his life.
That's what I'm.
And we cannot discredit Messi for that. So you cannot use that as a context to discredit another person for that. That's my argument.
What you're saying now is that Yamal. I said that Yamal at 17, and you mentioned something like Messi at 17. Now,
I know we are
Mbappe at 17.
Mbappe
I said
Mbappe.
Mbappe was playing week in week out.
Yes, true.
Now I said something.
That's been week in, week out since he was 16.
16. Now quote me. I'm not really sure, but I don't think Messi was playing week in week out.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Yeah, so that's another reason why Mbappe at 17. That's another reason why Mbappe at 17 will be better than Messi at 17 also.
Same reason why
Jamal.
Mbappe was playing week in, week out because he was in Monaco.
Yes, it was in Monaco yes now.
That's true. That's
Was
what
it-
I'm saying.
See, you see, one thing I feel is when you are playing in your comfort zone, from Monaco to France, it helps your development also.
Yeah.
Because
it's not as if you were playing in PSG at that time.
yes, you
know the pressure that would
understand.
have
So
been on you.
now let's go back.
When the Cavani, Ibrahimovic were there.
You're playing your comfort on the left.
Yes.
Playing your
Now
best.
let's go back
And
to
again, Yamal, there's nobody even on that wing that is
that the owner of that-
even in Spain,
That is the
country,
comfort zone.
club and country, nobody's battling Yamal
So
on
now
that
let's
wing.
go back to the topic where I was saying Yamal. Why I picked Yamal? I picked Yamal because I felt what I'm saying is because watching Yamal, I can see someone like I'm not saying he's as skillful as Ronaldinho or blah blah. But I can see someone like is playing with freedom,
Flair, so much
flair, joy.
But if you ask me, I think Yamal is similar to Neymar
Yeah. So
Yes,
I
he's
think
like a
what-
left-footed
But what I'm
I
saying,
think
you
Neymar is-
understand?
compared to like Messi. Yeah.
Yamal, see, most athletes of nowadays, footballers now, they are more just like physical and.
Yeah.
But you can see this guy like, just kind of like raw and like I'm going to do this.
But I think
I'll
it's
do it.
context still. I think maybe players in England, but if you check players in Spain, they play more freedom. That's why you can see they dribble more because England is really more physical. Like
More physical
even
also.
from the history of football, when England started football, they always play football so physically.
Yes,
that's
yes,
how they
yes.
believe football should be
Yeah,
played.
yeah.
So Spain believe more on tactical side. Italy too can be more of tactical. You don't really need to be strong.
Spain,
You just be fast.
Spain is more. You said Spain tactical, right?
Yeah, than
So
physical.
technical.
It's more technical,
Spain is
yeah,
more
yeah.
technical.
Oh, yeah, I think Italy is more tactical.
Tactical, yeah.
Yeah.
Spain is more
But it's-
tactical.
The Premier League is more
Yeah,
physical.
more
yeah,
physical.
yeah, more physical.
Italy is more
No.
tactical.
More
Then
athletic.
Spain is
You
more
have to have
technical.
the legs to roll. The Premier League, you have to.
Now, guys, you know what? Yeah, let's. I think at the end of the day, we can all be on the same page. I have said, but now
Yeah,
we have
we
5
agree
players.
to disagree.
Yeah, we have 5. Now let's go. I want us to drop like, because I'm very sure what I feel is what out of these 5 we are going to have them.
Top 3.
August 7, we are going to have these guys.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now your top 3. We're not top 3.
That's this guy.
Let's. What are your top 3
You
guys?
already know what his top 3
Like,
is.
I want
No,
to
no,
like.
I don't know. You brought one context into it that I really like. That club World Cup. Is that guy going to play a part?
Is that guy going to play?
Genuinely, I like.
Okay, there was this argument on Twitter that somebody was saying that if Mbappe wins the Nations League and he goes ahead to win the Club World Cup, I mean, Mbappe has the stars to back it up.
Nah.
He has everything.
No, nah, guys.
The trophies too. He
I'm
has.
sorry,
Now, this is- now-
sorry, my host. We have to start from somewhere. How do we rate the club World Cup?
Now the Club World Cup too is forming in the shape of the way the Champions League 2 just redefined.
I understand that, but I'm
So
saying
now it's
in
going
the
to be like
context
a
of
World
this
Cup.
season, how when you
I don't think it's going to be that high,
when you're
Sha,
rating
because the
You
Champions
don't
League
think
is
it's
there.
good?
when you're rating the trophies and the achievements,
The World Cup is still going to be under.
Under-
It's going to
which-
be under after the Champions League. Your league will come then. The World Cup. Before any other.
Champions League, your league.
That means
The Club World Cup.
the Club World Cup is rated quite high.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
yes, sir.
You know that what it means is because for you to say rate it after your league and Champions League.
No, it is. No, he
I
said
said after
Champions League,
then
and
the
then
Club World
Club
Cup.
World
That
Cup.
means Club World Cup comes third in the rank.
Yeah, in the third.
That means for someone who has won his league and somehow wins the Champions League and somehow wins the Club World Cup, you have a stronger hold.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
somewhere.
Definitely.
Now someone else who wins his league doesn't win the Champions League but gets to like the semis and you don't play in the Club World Cup, you have a level of shout higher than someone who plays and wins his league and loses the Champions League in the knockouts and does not play in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Wait,
I know
now,
that.
you,
I was going to.
now you realize that someone who has won, I think he won his other. I think Mbappe won a trophy this year.
Did he?
No.
No.
I thought they won something.
Well, yeah.
That's
They
how
won
I
Super
won.
Cup.
That's
Super
how-
Cup. Yeah. One Super Cup.
It's one part of it.
One Super
Yes,
Cup.
part of it.
No, Super Cup is going to be least.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere.
Because just like FA Cup and
So
Carabao.
yes, so when you win the like the equivalent of like the FA Cup, you understand?
That would be the Copa del Rey.
Yes,
Copa del
good.
Rey, yeah.
And then you win the Club World Cup, which is the third highest rated according to us at this moment
Yes.
in the world, the third highest rated trophy. Don't you think you will get a higher shout than someone who won just his league, does not feature in the Club World Cup, and then does not get to the quarters or this thing?
That's why I say Mbappe safe might even drop out of that list.
I'm going. No,
Because of like.
you know what it means is for a player like, if a player like Mbappe can drop, that means a player like Salah has to drop.
Salah won the Premier League.
Yeah, that's my. I'm going somewhere now. But but the ones I said after the
See,
Champions
guy,
League,
And he's the PFA player of the
see,
season.
you know what?
Bella is the best player in this league.
And that's what I'm saying, that like if everybody is going to drop out, it's going to be Mbappe.
See, you know what? I actually.
I don't think so.
It's just he only has
I
the
actually
Europa
agree
goal
with
issue.
Robert.
And the Club World Cup, oh, I just said.
That's if he wins
I said it.
it.
No, no. All my friends have said this.
But if he
This
wins,
season wins
if he
or not.
wins it, still Salah still has edge because
Bro, why?
he has
Bro,
the league.
you know what?
The league is before the World Cup.
Yes,
at least
now.
to me.
That's what I was about to say.
So
That
the league, they play it for a year
It's
now.
not only the Club World Cup he won. He also won another trophy. That makes the trophy.
The Super Cup, you can't compare the Super
Wait,
Cup.
you have to add to that. He's Europe's top goal scorer.
Okay, now to
You
me,
cannot show that to
to me, I actually say the prerequisite for Ballon d'Or should be the Champions League and the league, based on you played it throughout the course of the season.
yes, yes. That's
Even
what-
the FA Cup, but Club World Cup, you are just going to play for 1 month and it's done.
Yes, now. See, that's what I was saying.
And it's done. So I even think that okay, if you win your league, that's why them Rafinha and Yamal are ahead of Mbappe to
and
me.
Salah.
You know what?
And Salah are
Yes.
ahead of
See.
Mbappe to me.
But now you made
Mbappe,
an argument for Yamal and Salah before. And I'm trying to come back
I
to
said
that.
that
But you said you rather take Yamal out than
Bring Salah in.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I know.
Based on what he said, also.
But now based on what he has said,
Yeah.
there is no criteria why Salah should be ahead of Mbappe. I mean,
'Cause
the
he
Spanish
has
league is a very top league too. And when both of them played in the elite competition, one of you went out at a very
Then,
early stage compared to the other person who got
Then
to
the
semi-final.
numbers are there to speak for him. Yes, now, bro, man scored 29 goals or 13 assists. The other scored, competition. The other one scored maybe Salah and Yamal.
No, he had double goal, double assist to Salah.
That's what I'm saying now.
Even Yamal too had it.
Yamal-
That's what I'm saying.
Yamal double in all competitions.
Salah had 29
In the
goals
league.
and 18 assists.
In the league, Salah had double, like goals
Double
and
goals,
assists,
double assists,
double goals,
yes.
double
I
assists,
think-
and ridiculous numbers.
At
Highest
the
goal
end
scorer
of
in
the
the
day,
league.
I know Salah
in the league. Highest assists. He
Ooh.
won the PFA.
Salah.
That's why I say
So
Salah
I'm
is-
saying Salah ahead
has
of
to
Yamal
be there.
when it comes
Yeah, Salah has to be ahead
I'm
of
bringing
Yamal.
it. I'm bringing it out to Yamal. Sorry, I'm bringing it out to Yamal.
But you also won the league.
That's
You also
why-
won the Copa del Rey. Do you understand? Which is also
Yamal got to semis of the Champions
semis of the Champions League.
Bro,
But he's not the highest goal scorer in the league. That's just the difference. That he's not the highest goal scorer, or I don't know if he's the highest
See,
assist.
I'm not
I don't
even-
But it
think
should be
I
like
don't
top
see-
3 or so.
See,
Top
what-
2 actually.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, this is what I'm saying. Now, I'm not even talking about the one the highest goal scorer or blah blah blah. At this point, I'm giving it to Salah again because I don't care. Me, I will still say it because it is not just a day job. It has been coming.
The league. He has become. That's why I say Salah should be
week
there.
in, week out,
Salah
week
should
in,
be there.
week out.
Week in, week out.
So I still have to give him
Premier
a
League.
Out
yeah.
of 38 games, he did it in like 30 games.
yes.
Yeah,
So
but
that's
it's still,
outstanding,
it's
yes.
still
No, guys,
so,
now, let's-
so good.
Yes.
our
so
top
good.
three, our top three, our top three. What's
Top
your top
three.
three?
I'd like to go first.
You like me to go first? Now I'm asking you.
Okay, then I think I'll go first. So I think for the top three, I have Dembele, because Dembele, everybody knows he has the Ballon d'Or potential, just like Martial and whoever it was, them Sancho. He has the potential. So actually, he has. Actually, I feel no chill. I feel he has. I feel he has achieved that potential.
Okay.
I think he's already, and he's also the right age. He's about 26, 27. So it's the right age for him to win the Ballon d'Or. So I will go with Dembele, and even this season he had won Champions League, won the league. He's the highest scorer in the league. So he's very instrumental. He played as a 9.
Yeah, that's true.
Even he bench Gonzalo Ramos, that was a 9. So to me, is the one. Then I go with my second has to be Rafinha, because he won the league, he won the Copa del Rey, and he has the numbers, outstanding numbers in Champions League. He has scored in the Champions League. So I go with Rafinha. Then my third has to be Mo Salah. I don't like Mo Salah. Oh. I hate him. I think he's an outstanding player, but I hate him as a player because of where I stand.
Man, don't pause. Don't pause.
You don't bust my team. So I think that's how I go for Salah, because not because I hate him, but because the numbers there in the league, 29 goals. That's
29
that's
goals,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
20, for a winger,
29 goals, 18 assists.
in all competitions, but in the league, he had about like
In the league.
Very outstanding. Highest goal scorer in the league, PFA player in the league. So why not?
And you know, to be honest, to what you're saying, if you even look back in time, Henry, this is something.
So Yamal falls
something
off.
that happened to Henry. So I think Henry finished third that year.
Oh, sorry, please. Dembele.
Rafinha, Salah.
You know, I don't
That's
know
my
if
top
go
three.
back to what he was
Yeah.
saying. So you see, there was a year Henry. I think Henry finished third that year. So Henry finished with.
I think that was 06, right?
Yes, I think
Yeah,
he
yeah,
finished with
06.
highest goals and assists.
But you got to the final that year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Lost
in
to
the Champions
Barcelona
League.
too.
Yes. You see that I don't even say it's something similar, although it's not completely similar, because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the biggest competition in that calendar year, it plays a
Champions League.
very key part in how you are rated that year. It's just see.
But to be fair, I think the Champions League and your league, especially if you are in the top 5 league, it plays
Yes,
a role.
I
think they actually have to be on par.
No,
you cannot say the Champions League is ahead of the Premier League.
Bro, I'm still
I think it's still on
I
par.
don't
Like, I
on
think
par,
even
bro.
your La Liga even is on par with the
No,
Champions
the
League.
reason why I cannot say it's on par is because the meaning what to mean is we give preference to some leagues than some leagues, because you cannot tell me that the
That's why they are Europe top 5 leagues.
You cannot tell me that I should give preference to one team in Europe top 5 league and not give to another team that I call in Europe top 5 league. Do you understand?
Like who? Like
It's exactly for PSG, because see, we have seen players drop.
but PSG are saying the top 5 league.
You don't-
My mind is saying
you
the
don't-
ratings. I'm not talking of the ratings
No,
of the top 5
you
league.
don't get my point. My point is, we've seen other players in PSG who have dropped even better numbers than Dembele has this season.
But God will help them. God will not help.
But-
No, in PSG.
Yes.
In the league.
Better league numbers.
No.
Than Dembele.
No. In the league, like numbers, Dembele is the highest. He has a good scorer.
Of a PSG player. I'm not saying this is I'm not over time.
Oh, over time,
Yes, I was saying- Ibra has done
Ibro,
it, Cavani has
Cavani.
done
Yeah,
it.
We have a lot.
They've done it.
Yeah,
They've done it.
But these guys are most of the time they don't even consider the top 3. They've not been involved in discussions of top 3. Do you know why? PSG did not perform in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I hope people can agree.
We were
with
not a
that.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't actually
that time
perform
they were not a
in Champions
team.
You
League.
see this team or not team?
Bro, you don't whine.
Yeah, no, hear me out, bro. You see this team or not team? It's a
know me.
decision for you that wants to analyze football. But see, wait,
Yeah.
see, when you are looking at the Ballon d'Or criteria, we started this conversation by saying that it is your individual performance in then your team performance. We all agree to that at the beginning of this competition. So when you see something like that, and I'm not going back to what he said when he says the league should have as much weight as the Champions League. And I'm saying if you can say that for someone like Salah, it should be an equal argument for other players who have come
Oh, like
from this
Dembele.
French league.
Yeah.
No, see, even Dembele, like you said, you had an argument against Dembele, which is the fact when you said it is the French league, and they are just qualified in January. Do you understand? But
Now,
you
if
see,
you once you're in the top 5 league, once you win your league, the
You must
Champions
wait
League is
equally.
now. No, the Champions League is now. Once you now win the Champions League, is a huge bonus, like fucking huge, because they are like on par. But you cannot expect to now win your league, and you know now win Champions League is now another different team that wins the Champions League.
Okay, now
Your top 3.
Your top 3.
so
Because guys, this thing we go day.
I say we are
top three.
top
So
3.
when he said something, my
Let's
top
get
three
it.
is Dembele.
And you have to your reasons too.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Dembele is my winner
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. First
Mhm.
I think we agree.
off, I believe the Champions League winner especially when there is no bigger competition in that calendar year.
Okay.
It belongs to the best performer. The first criteria for you is performing in the biggest competition. And you see, in the biggest competition this year, that is the Champions League. In Champions League, Dembele has been outstanding. He led his team to a Champions League trophy. Other players played their part. They contributed quite heavily. But Mbappe is the face of PSG winning the Champions League.
Dembele. And you're
Yeah.
saying
Like
that,
Mbappe.
hold on please, and you're saying that because now you're saying that because of for example, to based on his goal contribution and assist.
Yes. Apart from
But apart from that,
yes,
that's why I said the plus is that as a winger, he played as a 9. See, that thing has to be very important. So versatile. He played as a 9 and he scored so much
that
goals.
amount of goals, being able to influence
Okay.
the play.
So he has to
So I
be.
genuinely believe
Second and
he's
third.
the best. Second is Rafinha, and this is the truth. If Mbappe, Mbappe, what have you done?
Dembele, don't worry.
If Dembele had not won the Champions League, I promise you that nobody can out-talk me that Rafinha will not win the Ballon d'Or. Because if Barca wins the Ballon d'Or, I don't care the player Yamal has. The Rafinha has been the best player in the league and in the Champions League. Do you understand? Rafinha has just like I put for Dembele, Rafinha has led his team to glory in the league and goal contributions than any other player in his team.
With the help of Yamal. Because if Yamal was not playing in that team, I can
no,
tell
no,
you,
no,
Sorry, let me say something about this. Let me say something.
Rafinha would not score the amount of goals he scored
Let
if
me
Yamal was not in the
I'll
team.
tell you something.
No, but bro, it's a
You cannot play. Yeah, it's a team game.
Let me ask him something.
It's a team game, but you cannot pay attention
Let me ask you
to.
something.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yamal.
yeah.
something you.
Now, why I want to tell you,
Let me
I'll tell you because I watched so much of Barca's game.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You can guess why. See, Yamal draws
Because
like
you're a Barca
2
fan.
to 3 people. No, I'm not a Barca fan. I'm a, do you understand? Secondary club. But my primary is Man U. But the thing is, if you watch when Yamal starts for them every time, it draws players and it gives Dembele most times his crosses are usually to the far post.
Now,
You
who
look
think
for
he
Yam-
was making those crosses and he was not scoring?
What do you say? No, I give credit to Rafinha. But man, I'm just saying that all this Rafinha, Rafinha has actually always been a great player. I've always liked him right from time he was in Leeds. Imagine you being in Leeds and you're scoring 15 goals in the league.
That's testament that you don't need to be good with any other player. That's the truth. If you can give me 15 goals in Leeds, that means Yamal is not the reason why you're giving me this much goals.
Like, Dabla, you know
Yeah.
what we're going to do? We'll come back to this probably later.
Alright.
No, let's just give it the
So-
last
so,
player.
so my
We
top
have-
3 is Dembele. Champions League has played an important.
Rafinha.
Then
Rafinha,
Rafinha is
yeah.
second. Mainly because he
So
won.
we're agreeing on 2 players already.
Mainly
Yeah,
because he won his league.
Yeah.
And he was extremely
Yeah,
instrumental.
it was instrumental.
In the
It
semi-final.
was.
And I don't know, that is something that should not be downplayed. Champions League is the biggest competition in the world this season.
And for you to be the highest scorer as
For
a
you to be a high
winger,
scorer as a
no.
winger in the biggest competition
Respect.
in the
For
league, you
Rafinha.
earn, yes,
Yeah.
you deserve a lot of respect and credit. In fact, and I dare say,
And he's the
and I say
captain.
you should quote me, if Barcelona won the Champions League,
Rafinha is going to win the Ballon d'Or.
is the player for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm second.
Yeah.
Now for the third, I understand the Salah sentiments, but I mean I have to say it.
So who do you have?
And that's what I'm about to say.
Who do you have?
See, if you cannot do it on the biggest stage, you don't deserve to be on the biggest stage. The biggest stage is the podium for the top.
Well, he has done it on the biggest stage before.
I don't care about before.
Bro, don't worry. Listen, we're going to argue this thing. You know, we're going to argue this thing. Because this thing you're saying, well, let's just...
Oh, sorry, I have to explain that so that
I don't
people
support
understand.
that. I don't
See,
support that.
The
I don't
Ballon
support
d'Or
that.
award this year is for what you have played in this year. What Salah did last year, stupendous. I love it.
But this year too was crazy.
Yes, this year too.
Was it was crazier than last year?
Yes, but my point is, on the biggest stage, did he do it? Could he do it?
Alright.
I don't know. Did he have any issue? I don't know. But did he do it?
But okay, who is he
No,
going to be
he
your
didn't.
third? Who is your
My
number
top
3?
player, all things considered, yes, and I've had to have a think because I've had to reconsider. I've had to reconsider Yamal again because I mean I've looked at your numbers. Your numbers are not all that, and it is important. You can, as much as I say it that numbers are playing, you cannot
Yeah, you
discard
draw.
that. See, so because you dribble a lot, should not and cannot put you on the podium. But you see, because you have featured and you have performed without even
This
numbers.
this
I'm sorry, let me
Yamal's
add.
what season? This is this second full
Third,
season?
third,
Third full
yeah.
season. But he didn't play the first one like
He didn't
but
play
like
someone who was playing pass.
second, okay.
Yeah.
I want you to...
So yeah, after all things considered,
After all,
Yes,
things
all things
considered.
considered, yes. Earlier, I know I said I'll put Yamal in my third, but now,
This guy knows.
no,
Okay,
no,
okay.
we have to be liberal. This time.
Okay.
I consider that I have to look at Salah again because what he did in the league is outstanding. We have to be honest. Let's not take any credit on it. It's not easy to be the best player in England, goals, assists, and performance.
Don't put Salah in your top 3. Don't put
You
Salah.
can't,
Don't
guy,
put Salah.
leave him
in your-
alone.
I can. I actually can.
So now you're having Salah.
No, it's a tie for me between Salah and Yamal. I cannot.
Bro, man, you have to choose one.
You have to choose one. I'm sorry because you can't do it on the biggest stage. I can't put you. For Salah, you will not
So
be here.
you're going for
I'll
Yamal.
put Yamal there. Thank you.
But if I was you, with
Yeah.
all the controversy with Salah,
Yes,
I would put Nuno Mendes.
There's
There's one reason I put Nuno Mendes
Yes.
because we are all putting attackers there. Like, are you saying defenders shouldn't have a place in the game?
Yeah.
But
They've also done outstanding.
it's because we didn't. They said we were going to touch on it and we didn't.
No, you know what? See,
I
just
know.
because we didn't touch on it does not mean I can't slot him in.
Oh, if I thought we were dealing with the numbers.
No,
names we had.
not the names.
Without the
You
names we had
can put
earlier.
somebody.
No, genuinely, I honestly believe Mendes deserves to be the
But
top.
right now
Yes.
you have Dembele, Rafinha, and
Nuno Mendes.
Yes.
I
But
would reach out.
one more before you tell us your team. I'm sorry, just in a very short time. I want to ask you: is there a reason why you put Salah on Mendes? No, sorry. This is my question. Let me rephrase. Who has been the better player in the Champions League in Mendes and Salah?
you know one thing about me. See, we
No,
all have
remember I'm asking about Champions
we all
League.
have different opinions.
No, definitely.
I have my own reason for picking my own players. I
Yes.
don't see. I'm
No,
not.
I'm asking to influence your players.
Yes,
I'm not asking for a better player in Champions
I'm not going to
League.
say what other people wants to hear.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
was,
What you-
I'm
what
going to
you
say my
believe,
own
that is
reason
true.
and probably just back it up.
It's your points. The points that convince you.
Nah. So now let me go back to my own top 3.
Yeah.
See, I know it might not happen, but I'm going to pick Salah 1. You know why, bro?
If it happens, how you a cow?
Yeah, definitely. But
Salah as the Ballon d'Or
Ballon
winner.
d'Or.
yes,
But
I forbid the tap.
I understand. Yeah. But you know why I'm going to pick the Salah 1? Because everybody's number 1 just did it for, like I said, what's it called?
So what are the goals he scored in?
Bro,
the league?
you know what? See,
Is that
see.
scorer in the league? Oh?
Bro, Salah
He's a winger.
Bro, you guys are saying, if you
Champions
guys
started
are
last year.
hold on, if you guys hold
started
on,
last year.
you know what?
Three
Yeah.
times in the
See, if you
Champions
guys are
League,
talking about the league,
somebody has 3 goals.
see,
in the Champions
guys,
League. You played 1, 2, 3. You played 6.
Yeah,
you played 8
oh.
games before the knockout in the new year.
Yeah.
See.
Out of 8 games, you have only 3 goals. I ain't that good enough for Ballon d'Or winning. I don't agree. I'm
See,
sorry.
you know,
No.
I cannot.
Guys,
You have to be honest now.
see,
See,
it's
the
not.
player does not perform in the Champions League at all.
You know
He didn't perform at all.
Yeah.
Guys,
It's not
you-
fair.
see,
And the only player that maybe 2 games more or something.
Yes. That's what it is. 2
guys,
games more.
hold on. The only reason why I'm saying this is, if you are saying Champions League, blah blah blah, I've asked you a question. A lot of players have won that. This.
And I gave you, no, I gave you
please.
context.
No.
Let him
See,
finish.
so I don't
I gave
care.
you context.
I don't
You
care.
have to care.
So I don't. No, context
Let
now.
him finish.
See,
I don't know where he's
context
going.
though.
See,
I don't know where he's
I-
going
see,
to. Let him finish.
I know it's going to
I've said this that it's not even only Messi.
Okay.
If we start checking if we start
I
picking
gave you a number. I said there are only 7.
see, if we start
Only 7.
pick up your phones.
I know for
See,
fact.
hold on, man. Hold
There are
on.
only
But there are
7.
actually 7 players that
There are only 7.
See.
Rodri, Ronaldo, Messi, Cannavaro.
Guys, all these players that are talking about.
Messi did it twice.
You know what now? You're not allowing me. See,
Okay.
if there are 7, so you cannot tell me I cannot have my own. See,
Okay,
because-
yeah, definitely.
But you got your context. That's why.
See, because
context is used now.
what I'm trying to say
There's
is,
context behind all the other
wait,
7.
chill.
So we need your context.
Chill.
Okay.
Yeah, your blow to the heart.
guy,
Well, I need to understand
see,
the context.
see, if
That's
someone can win it without, if players can win it without not winning the Champions League, I don't see why Salah cannot win it.
those
But
players are exceptional this year.
there is no international trophy to back it up.
Yes.
Because most of those players, they want
See, you know what? This is where I want to come in because I don't want to start saying, well, probably because he's an African player, blah blah blah.
No.
I don't want to say it.
Don't play the
So,
first card.
yeah, so don't say anything like there's no international.
No race. It's
Bro.
a fact.
Yes, don't. So I don't want that to come in. I don't want.
Snyder, Ribery, they've been denied.
Yes.
They were there. But
So now, please let me just go. Let me just finish
World
up.
Cup is not an African tournament, though.
Let's
World Cup is the biggest tournament.
Once
in
there's a
the
World Cup
world.
here, you
Yes.
should even know that the World Cup will determine
Yes.
by a large
That's
amount.
it.
I won 2010 World Cup.
Was
Ballon
Spain.
d'Or.
Yes.
Ballon d'Or won. See, I don't want
Messi.
No.
Messi did something that I can only dream of.
Messi got to the final.
Guys,
It was Netherlands.
guys, hold on.
Messi did something that nobody has done before. 96 goals, bro.
See, I understand what you're saying.
Salah can't do that.
See,
Salah can't do that now. Next time, I want him to die.
Salah is Salah because he's Salah. Messi is Messi because he's Messi.
Messi
See, hold on. See, that's why we have names.
Messi is Messi because
You cannot expect Salah. You cannot expect what Salah.
Leo.
You cannot expect what Salah.
Goat.
And that's why I cannot give you the grace that Messi has.
I don't care.
That's why you cannot have the grace that Messi has.
What I'm saying is,
he's the only player that is like Messi.
Guy,
Messi does things that only Messi can do. Can Salah score 96 goals in a year? Who is Salah?
Assuming Salah.
I'm not comparing Salah with Messi.
No. I'm telling you, he cannot be
Imagine if Salah in the Champions League scored about 10 goals. So with his 39, that's like 6 goals.
See, guys,
So what will you now say for people that are even in the bottom of the top 5 leagues? So what we say for someone like Victor Gyökeres?
bro, you know
It's
what?
come more goals than Salah now. It's come more than
See, guys, guys, you know what? Why I'm picking this guy is not because of just goals alone.
So what's it?
See, so I'm not saying I've said something. I'm still going to stand on it.
Okay, yeah.
He deserves. See, for me, I know I've said something. I know it's not about what has happened and blah blah blah.
True.
But me, I've seen someone producing week in, week out more than years. I know it does not mean, and he's still there till now, even within those guys like Ballon d'Or. You understand? And he did well in the Premier League. Good contribution and
Did he do well in Champions League?
He didn't play well in Champions League.
Did he do well in the FA Cup? Did he do well in the Carabao? He got to the Carabao Cup final. Newcastle won him. He didn't do anything. The biggest.
Bro, my guy is playing in the competition that you are not see, I will keep saying it. You are not see, guys. You know what?
The biggest competition. The
See,
biggest players turn up.
You
The
know what?
biggest competition.
I'm just
And in the final.
See, you know what?
You cannot
It's how you judge
I want to stand for this place. I want to go. I want to
You judge the biggest and best players by your performances
Guys.
on the biggest of stages.
Yeah, actually.
That is
At the end of the day,
So the only place he
At the end
performed
of
was
the
the
day,
Premier League.
yes.
at the
You
end
played in
of the
other
day,
big stages.
See,
And you played on the biggest stages that is bigger than the Premier League, which is Champions
my
League.
man,
And you
my
cannot
man,
be found.
you know what?
There's no space for
So
us.
your top 3.
I have Salah,
So, yes.
Rafinha, Dembele.
Okay.
Rafinha before
So Dembele going to be the third.
Bro,
Yes.
you know why? Rafinha also, because it was not just 25 alone. It was 20, 24, 25. See, me, I look. See, all these things. I look at not just based on say you just perform within 3 months or 4 months. You perform throughout the season. Now why they pick Rafinha? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. So I'm looking forward to like invite you back.
Look forward to
Don't worry.
Yeah,
All right.
look forward to the feedback. It's been amazing.
Thank you very much, guys. I hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I hope you would enjoy the show. We would definitely like to hear your comments.
Inside Africa.
Inside Africa, please.
Inside Africa to the world.
Don't forget
No,
to
men and the Siamo, please.
follow, like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Inside Africa.
It's been a
Inside
nice time.
Africa.
Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you.
Alright.
Thanks so much.